Welcome to the final session of Off the High Dive, Taking the Leap to Better Communication. My name is Eric Thomsen. I'm the managing editor of One Magazine and have nearly 30 years of experience in writing, design, editorial work, and publication. In this series of videos, I am sharing some simple tips I've learned along the way to help you and your church or ministry communicate more effectively, especially in print. During this session, we will talk about logos, the most visible item of communication your church or ministry shares with the congregation and community. I get more questions about how and when to go about changing a church or ministry logo than anything else. Obviously, updating a logo is an important step that needs to be taken from time to time. So how do you go about changing the public identity of your church or ministry? Let's take 5 steps to creating a new logo. Number 1, start from your mission statement and work out. As I mentioned in another session, if you don't have a clear mission statement for your church or organization, start there before you do anything else. That simple statement should drive everything you do, including your logo and all communication. Everything you write, design, and publish should point back to that mission. The statement does not have to be complex, and in my opinion, most effective statements are simple. But the mission statement should be comprehensive, in that it spells out your total ministry focus. Here are sample statements to consider. I am Inc., to labor with the body of Christ to fulfill the Great Commission. One Magazine, to communicate to Free Will Baptists a unifying vision of our role in the extension of God's kingdom. Welch College, to educate leaders to serve Christ, His church, and His world through biblical thought and life. How about some sample statements from churches? To know Jesus and to make Him known. To love God, love people, and make disciples. To introduce people to Jesus and help them follow Him. And then my own church, Bethel Church. To live the Great Commandment and fulfill the Great Commission. Once you have your mission statement, define keywords in that statement. Decide which words or phrases are the most important and list them. Often this is done best on a whiteboard in a group setting with other church leaders, working together to decide what's important. Number 3, write out or sketch visual concepts for each key word. At this point, it is likely your keywords and visual concepts will begin to overlap and form a rough picture of your mission statement. Maybe you have been to a historical site with a detailed Mosaic Wall. Up close, it is just a hodgepodge of tiles or shards of glass or ceramic. But when you back away and look at the entire wall, a picture slowly emerges. That is what you're doing when defining your logo concept. Pulling every facet of your ministry together to, number 4, settle on a single image or design that works best. Let me share an example from North American Ministries showing how this works in real life. Working with the North American Ministries team, we identified the following key words from their mission statement: equip, send, plant, healthy, and churches. Then we identified pictures that correlated with the words. Before long, the words seed, tools, plant, harvest, wheat, and healthy all pointed toward an organic logo. And each corn on the head of wheat represents a specific facet of their 7 departmental ministries. Take a good look at this graphic. I'll refer back to it in just a moment. Step 5 is the simple part. Create a logo, or work with a designer to create your logo. This process seems simple when I spell it out in 5 minutes, but believe me, it works. I would like to make 3 additional suggestions after creating many logos to help your logo be more successful once it has been created. Number 1, make it flexible. Remember, I told you to take a good look at the North American Ministries logo and graphic. I'm sure you remember the many different versions of the logo. All have a different use, but they are all part of the same logo, bound by design elements, color, and font. They work interchangeably to meet different needs. A flexible logo makes it easier to use in every facet of church design, while maintaining a consistent look to build community recognition for your church. Number 2, be consistent in the way you use your logo. Don't change it, don't stretch it, turn it, leave something off for the sake of space, or alter it in any other way. Decide how you will use your logo, then use it that way. Besides your love for one another, this mark becomes the most identifiable way your community recognizes your church. Make sure they know it's you. Number 3, make it last. Most experts say an organization should not change its name or logo until 1, the mission changes, or 2, technology demands it, or 3, the existing logo no longer represents the mission of the organization. In other words, get your name and logo right the first time around. Now that you're an expert writer and have a wonderful new logo in place, it's time to go make a splash in church presentation. If I can answer any questions you might have, feel free to contact me. Thank you for joining me for these 5 sessions. It is my prayer that we will all take the leap toward more effective communication for the sake of the gospel.